Hey, what's up everybody? This is Aphix and I'm finally back with my first tutorial series back from my break, the Game Dev Backend Theory series. So this series is going to have, I'm guessing right now, 5 videos, and I want to explain how the backend kind of works like with games. So I'm going to follow up this series with separate maybe Unreal Engine and Unity series later, and basically this will explain how the things work that we're going to actually implement in our later UE4 Unity series. But this will hopefully be helpful if you're trying to get maybe a backend job, or if you're just trying to like understand how things work and actually connect the two together in your game. So I might actually add a 6th video too, talking about security. I don't know much about security yet, but hopefully if I do learn about it, then I'll be able to help you guys out with that too. And if you're interested in security right now, there is a field called development operations. I believe that deals a lot with security. There's also, of course, cybersecurity and ethical hacking. So before we start the series, this is episode 0, so I'm not going to do too much explaining yet, but these are kind of the prerequisites of the entire series. So there's front end, back end, and infrastructure. Front end is really how whatever you're making looks. So in your game, it might be like the 3D graphics in Unreal or Unity. And in like a web app or a website, it'll be maybe the HTML and CSS. How the things look, that's front end. Back end is how everything connects together, but it has basically no appearance. So let's talk about a website, maybe how a user creates an account, that would be back end, or how a user creates maybe some sort of object, maybe a post, that's also backend. Infrastructure is how the front end and back end connect. So that is one of the hardest parts actually, because front end and back end coding separately is fairly easy. Connecting them together can raise a whole lot of issues like cores, and also it's a little harder to understand because of the complexity of how networks work. And then what is an API? An API is basically a set of functions. So this term is important because we use a lot of APIs and also frameworks in our coding, right, for our front end, back end, and infrastructure. We also create our own APIs in our backends. Let's say we create a create user function in our backend, then that's part of our backend API, and then we call that from the front end, and then that all kind of collects together under the umbrella of infrastructure. Now that you guys know the basic terms, let's go straight into the first part of our Game Dev Backend Theory series.